guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Malaysia, and today I'm doing another storytime video for you guys because I just got that crazy, dangerous life, you know? That dangerous, scandalous life. You feel me? Today I decided to wear some orange lipstick, you know, spice it up a little bit, you know, tangerine it up a little bit. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this orange lipstick. I got mixed feelings about this orange lipstick, you know. I don't know, like, can I rock it? Can I not? Does it go with the look? So as you guys can tell in the title, I'm gonna be telling my story about how I dated a sociopath. So let's start it from the beginning. I got in a relationship with this guy. I was feeling lonely and stuff. I was like going through that phase where I wanted a boyfriend. So I went on meetme.com, which is an app to meet random people or to date random people or just, I don't even know, just all that stuff with random people. It was really innocent to me back then, but I would advise is not a great idea. Like now looking back, I don't advise any young teenager go on any type of dating app or meeting app to find love. Like that is so dangerous, and I am so lucky to be here today because this whole story could have went wrong to the point there wouldn't be a story. It would have been an unsolved case. Okay, that's what happens sometimes with these apps. So yeah, I found me a nice little chocolate and I hit him up and I messaged him. He messaged me back. We were just, you know, flirting, connecting, you know how it goes. And he was really quick to try to meet me. That could be a pro and a con, but like the way he was rushing to meet me, I was like, I better like take some precautions. So we agreed to meet at the movie theater, but I brought my best friend, you know, just to be safe. Our first date. Tell me what our first date. We were just a little bit too touchy, like a lot bit too touchy, which was a huge red flag that I ignored. I'm not saying like it's a red flag in general. It all depends on your preference. Like if you're looking for someone to, you know, whip, then obviously like that's not a red flag. But me personally, I wanted someone I could connect with. I wanted someone I could gaze at the stars with. I wanted someone to look in my eyes and be like, they sparkle, Malaysia. Let's go watch movies and cuddle, you know? You know, that's what I wanted. So this guy lived like 40-30 minutes away from me, but like we did meet up and, you know, go on dates and stuff like that. And eventually we made official and we started dating. Like I define online relationships just talking online, because there's really people out here who just have relationship based off of text. But I feel like there's just something so much different with like having a relationship on the phone. You just get a sense of their character more and who they are. My love life is very sad. Let's call the guy that I was dating, let's call this sociopath. His best friend hit me up one day. I knew it was his best friend because like Jackass told me it was his best friend. Let's call Jackass his best friend Rice Cakes. Somehow I learned that Rice Cakes' boyfriend was abusive. I remember talking to Jackass about it. I was just like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, you know, his boyfriend's like really abusive. And then we were like having a whole discussion about like, you know, trying to get this guy out of an abusive relationship, trying to get Jackass, his best friend Rice Cakes, out of an abusive situation. And like he would always be like, oh no, I can't get out, I can't leave because I love him so much. And I was really concerned for his best friend, but you know, I left it alone because it was none of my business. And like at the end of the day, he wasn't gonna listen to me. He was a grown man. Like he was like a lot older than I was. And then Jackass was like, I think 2 years older than I was. Throughout the whole relationship, we would argue over the dumbest stuff. Like when I tell you the dumbest stuff, we'd argue over the dumbest stuff, and like we'd really be in our feelings, like arguing like there's no tomorrow. It was just so stupid. I'm about to wipe my eyebrows off. Y'all know when I'm about to wipe my eyebrows off, the shit, it's got me stressed, okay? And another thing about a relationship, ironically, we would always break up. Like we'd always like try to break up. Like I'd always try to break up with him, or I'd always have this urge to break up with him, or we would just like naturally both want to break up with each other during a holiday. Christmas, New Year's, my birthday, every extreme event, we were fighting and we wanted to break up, or at least I wanted to break up. New Year's Eve, I tried to break up with his behind because I just realized like he wasn't the guy for me. Like what was I doing wasting my time with this guy who has anger issues? Like it doesn't make no sense to be arguing about like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like I don't got time for the alphabet, okay? On New Year's Eve, like literally when the bell dropped is when I wanted to tell him, I don't think we should be together anymore. It was like 10, 9, hey jackass. 8, 7, I don't think we should be together anymore. I'm breaking up with you. 6, 5.
What? You're breaking up? What do you mean you're breaking up with me?
4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Like that legitimately happened. Like that was the biggest asshole move I made right there. But clearly if I wanted to break up with him at a time like that, or just like the stars align and we end up wanting to break up with each other, or I end up wanting to break up with him during a time where you should want to be with your boyfriend the most, it's a pretty big red flag, you know, that I ignored. You guys, please learn from my mistakes. Whenever you see a red flag, pay attention to it. They matter in relationships a lot. And the longer you're in a relationship, the harder it is to get out of it sometimes. So it's better to spot those red flags and get the haul ass before you get to that point. I'm not saying like small little minor things like he has an easily voice or something, you need a whole ass, but like I'm saying like if you spot cocaine dust on his mouth and you see him scratching his neck, that's a red flag and you need to get out of there. Get out of there. So yeah, that day and years before, you know, I tried breaking up with him, he took me to the buffet and we went laser tagging. And I took some pictures and I posted it on my Snapchat and my Instagram before New Year's and everything. Rice Cakes told me that Jackass never even had a job. Like he had a job, but he got fired from it a long time ago, which was one of the reasons why I realized like I cannot be with him, because he's over here lying to me. Like I'm very understanding, like I don't care if you are employed or not. It's not like you're in your 30s or you're in your late 20s and you're unemployed. Like we're still learning life. So like I didn't see any point of him like, you know, not telling me he didn't have a job. And then I tested him. I was just like, oh, so how's your job going? How was work? And he would literally like tell me a whole story about how work was, like a very elaborate story on how work was. So like that was one of the big main reasons why I was just like, I need to haul ass, because if he could lie that easily to me in my face and like make such an elaborate story, it's just scary thinking about what else he could elaborately be lying about. It's one thing to be a liar, but it's another thing to be a liar that gives very descriptive details of lies. When Rice Cakes told me this, he told me not to tell Jackass that he told me. Once I broke up, or at least tried to break up with Jackass, he was like, why? And I literally like, I just couldn't help it. It came out like a fart. And I was just like, I know you got fired. I know you don't have a job. You're lying to me. You lied to me multiple times about your day at work. That's one of the reasons why. And then afterwards, I found out that Rice Cakes blocked me and unfriended me off of Instagram and off of Facebook. And so of course I figured it was because I told Jackass what Rice Cakes told me not to tell Jackass he told me. Like I wasn't even trying to beg for his forgiveness because I knew I'd done messed up. So I was just like, whatever, he blocked me, you know, that's my fault. That was my oopsies, you know, I deserve to be blocked. Later on Snapchat, I see that he's subbing someone. You know when you see someone subbing someone, you just got that very strong feeling that person they're subbing is you or someone you know. Like there's nothing that specifically points out they're subbing you, but you know in your heart they're subbing you. You can feel it in your blood that they're subbing you, and there's nothing that can tell you otherwise. That's how I felt. Like it was like a little sub on Snapchat. It was just like, oh, little do you know what he's doing, little do you know about what he's really about. Like ha ha ha, silly little girl, if only you knew. And I'm just like, if only I knew what? Like what is going on? So I messaged him. I was just like, are you talking about me and Jackass? And then he was just like,
oh shoot, I thought I blocked you off of everything. I didn't realize I still had you on Snapchat.
I was just like, why were you blocking me off of everything? And he was just like,
honestly, do you really want to know? Like there's a lot of things I need to tell you about Jackass that you don't know about Jackass.
I was just like, what is it? He was just like,
it is too much it's just too big for me to like message you it. I need to video chat you or call you about it.
And I'm just like, damn, like is he pregnant? Like what is going on? He's at work at this point. He was just like, wait till I get out of work and stuff like that. I'm just like, no, like I can't just be waiting until you close the store. So he sends me a video chat request and he proceeds to tell me,
you know, that abusive boyfriend that I have and that I love and that, you know, I just can't stop being with?
I was like, yeah. He was just like,
that's Jackass.
I'm sorry. Could you say it again? And then he tells me that not only does Jackass not have a job, but he gets his money from his best friend, Rice Cakes. Rice Cake is basically telling me,
hey, I provide him clothes, I provide him food. I actually, here's the tea on this, the real reason why I blocked you was because I gave him some money to go treat himself out, to get something to eat on New Year's Eve. Come back and see me, you know? And I see on your Snapchat, I see on your timeline that he's over here traveling 40 minutes to come see you, using money that I gave him to take you out and treat you out with the money I gave him to treat himself.
what? So at this point, I can't process all the information. So I'm like, I'm kind of hyperventilating because like, I can't, like, the fact that like this abusive boyfriend that we're all talking about was him, like, what? I'm just like, so y'all dating or something? I thought you guys were best friends. He's just like, yeah, we're talking and stuff. I was like, did you guys? He's just like, yeah, we did last Wednesday. Wednesday was like 2 days ago. So I'm just like, okay. And then like the whole crew of Wendy's behind him, backing up his story, nodding, saying, Jackass ain't shit. He's a bum ass nigga. If it wasn't for Rice Krispies. If it wasn't for Rice Cakes, then he would just be a bum ass nigga and everything. So like I have the whole crew of freaking Wendy's that fired Jackass. Apparently they fired him because he burnt fries. Like, how do you get fired for burning fries at freaking Wendy's? Like, that is just a funny story. Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with getting fired for that, but I just thought it was really funny. Like, you had to burn the fries at least a good amount of times to end up getting fired over it. Then later on he goes home, he video chats me with his mom. His mom basically confirms their whole little intimate relationships, his abusiveness, and they're locking the doors. Like literally they're looking around like, oh my god, I think he's coming, like I think he's on his way here, like, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, who the am I dating? Like they're like both looking around the windows, locking the windows, locking the doors. They're just like, sometimes he likes to come through the window, sometimes he likes to bust through the doors. Mom, lock the window. Mom, locks the doors. Hurry up, he's coming, he's coming. Like I felt like I was in a horror film. Like should I lock my windows? Like I know he's 40 minutes away, but whew. So I end up asking Jackass himself, I'm just like, what's going on with you and Rice Cakes? You know, it's all the same thing. Rice Krispies, rice cake, rice gum, it's all the same thing. I end up asking Jackass and he lies to me. I ask him again, he lies to me. I'm just like giving him a whole speech like, how would you feel if I lied to you, you know? How would you take it, you know? What if someone told me? He's just like, no way, I'm not lying to you. Why would I lie to you? And then when I say that his mother, himself told me the rumors are confirmed, there's no getting out of it, he started laughing. This nigga started laughing. I broke up with his ass and hung right up, and I did not answer for the rest of the night. He ended up calling back to back. I ended up answering. So I kind of did answer him back that night. And he's basically explaining himself, telling me that it was true. Making some dumbass excuse why he lied. Like, I hate it when people try to come up with like the dumbest excuses why they lied. Like, oh, I was so embarrassed. Like, I just didn't feel like I could open up to you. Bitch, I'm the most open-minded person in the world. Like, who are you fooling? Get out of here. So then I asked him another question. I was just like, did you and Rice Krispies, Rice Cakes, rice gum, did you guys? He said, no way, never. And then when I was just like, he himself confirmed it. He told me himself, boy. He started laughing again. Okay. I was done. He kept messaging me saying, oh, you know, I have a real explanation for it. There's a reason why I don't want to tell you and everything. He ends up having his whole freaking family calling me up, messaging me, asking me to answer the phone to hear his side of the story. And I'm just like, I don't want to hear anybody's side of the story. This is ridiculous. I didn't sign up for this. I just wanted someone to gaze into the stars with, you know? I just wanted someone to walk underneath the moonlight with, you know? Just gaze into someone's eyes, like, and ask for this freaking Degrassi ass type life. His cousin keeps like calling me. I answer the phone, his cousin's just like, oh, you know, Rice Krispies was like blackmailing him. Jackass sneaked his way on the phone. He was just like,
It all started one day where he just randomly asked me to do like a sexual favor for money. You know, I was just doing, you know, I was so high, I was just like, you know, whatever, you know, why not? No homo, because I'm not gay.
Really, that's exactly how he said it. Like,
you know, I just, for a couple bucks, but you know, no homo. I'm definitely not gay. I'm not bi either.
he really stood by saying he wasn't bi. Like, literally, like, he never broke and said, oh, I'm bi, or oh, I'm gay. Like, he legit, like, his argument was like, oh, booty's booty. If you don't get out of here with that. It's just like,
I was high, he like offered a lot of money, and we were like best friends, so like I did it. And then like afterwards, Rice Cakes, Rice Krispies basically said if I didn't do it again, that he would tell my mom, he would tell like my family, and my mom's really against like gayness, and I didn't want him doing that, so I just kept, you know, with him for money, you know.
just, ooh, I don't want to wipe off my eyebrows. I spent so much time on my eyebrows. So basically what he was saying is that he was doing it for money, and that he was technically being blackmailed because after he realized he didn't want to do it anymore for money, I guess Rice Cakes loved him so much that he started threatening him that if he ends the relationship, he's gonna tell his whole family. To the point his cousin found out about it, and he needed his cousin to like cuss Rice Cakes out. There's more to the story, but honestly, at that point, I ended it. I was gonna do a two-part to the story, but the part 2 to the story is a little bit too personal, a little bit too soon, you know. I'm not ready to tell that story, you know. I'm still traumatized. I will be most likely posting a part 2 to the story time of how I dated a sociopath. If you guys really want to know what happened after, I'm not going to get into depths about how he was a sociopath. Just know that I did my research, and this nigga was a sociopath. Like, every characteristic that a sociopath had, he had. And I didn't realize it until it was too late. I'll leave like an article down below about sociopaths. Literally every single trait he had. So it really explained why it was so easy for him to lie. This is a clear example of how online relationships could go wrong. What I've learned from dating people or like talking to people on dating apps is that a lot of those people are on those apps for a reason, and the reason is that they can't find someone, or they're having difficulty finding someone in person. And you gotta really think about like, what is that reason why they haven't found anybody in person? If it's not looks and that person looks really good, there's gotta be something going on with them inside, mentally, for them to not be able to attract a girl in person and only be able to date online. I'm not saying every person online isn't capable of attracting people in person. Like, I was on site looking for people, and like I got mad digits just walking down the streets. It was just like I wasn't into those people, you know. I wanted to find me a nice little piece of chocolate, and I was in a predominantly white area, so a girl went on meetme.com, and it was a disaster, and I'm never doing that again. Like, I don't recommend it at all. This is literally like my lesson, and I'm glad I learned it because it could have went a lot more worse. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you guys haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you guys next week. Actually, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I almost forgot. I'm making new videos every day of the week for Valentine's Day, so stay tuned, girl. You haven't pressed that post notification button. What are you doing? Why did you just ignore me when I said click the post notification button? I thought we had something. Love you all, and stay tuned.